Hi guys, so I will be filming part 2 of my MEPS experience today. So picking up where I left off, I was talking about how like the woman had called our names off, like by branch kind of is what it seemed like, because they were all in the same branch like when she was calling the names. I was talking about how I had told her I didn't have my packet, and she told me that they would figure it out and stick it on the inside. So we get off the bus, and they told us to like line up inside the lobby of MEPS, like in a straight line going around the walls, kind of curved. And they told us to take off our jackets. Mind you, this is March in Tennessee. It was freezing, and we had just got out of like bad weather, and school had been canceled for like a week. So it was cold, but we were inside. So they said take off our jackets, our bags, because we did stay overnight at a hotel. So our bags, they told us to hold them. We couldn't put it like on us. Like most of us had backpacks, which I had like a little cute thing from was it Victoria's Secret or Forever 21? But it was just like they told us to hold it in our jackets and like put our jackets like over our arm, and we had to walk. Couldn't take the elevator. We had to go walk up 3 flights of stairs to the 3rd floor of MEPS. Once we got up, they told us like where to go, and they had us line up. They're like, if you're shipping, you do this, whatever. If you're not, go and you're gonna line up in front of like the check-in desk type thing. And that's where we got like our name tags and everything. Then they had us go into the waiting room, which was like our waiting room. Your family, like if you're gonna have family come when you enlist, it's like a different waiting room. At least it was for us. For us, and from what I've heard from other people, it was a different one. So, like our waiting room, we had like a TV. We didn't care about TV. We were tired. We were so tired. It was early. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. This woman was loud and really energetic. It was really annoying. They told us to we sat there for a little bit, and then she came back from doing whatever that she was doing, and she told us to she told us like to go to our branch liaison's little office inside of the MEPS, and she like called us off. She's like, if you're Army, go to the Army. She showed them like where it was. She was like, if you're National Guard, go to National Guard. Showed them. Kept going. Finally got to Navy. There was only 2 of us because the other guy was shipping that day. So me and dude, we went to the Navy liaison's office, and he took care of him, and he went off. And I guess he went to medical, which is where everyone went after they did that. And he's like, you Barrett? I was like, yes. And so we got like all my paperwork, and I just found this out actually this week. My recruiter had actually came up and brought my packet that morning. So which is why I was okay, and I was still able to enlist because he brought my stuff, but some stuff was still a little bit off, so we had to change it. Like when I'm gonna in another video, I'm gonna tell you like how I got to this point, how I got to like wanting to join the military, and my process up to MEPS. Because it's gonna sound funny when I say this, but the Army actually had my information wrong in this system. They had me at 17, and I was 19 when I joined. I'm still 19. So they had to change that. Someone's calling me. Isn't that weird? Like you feel like you hear someone calling you. Okay. And I also had that I was a boy, and I'm a girl. So yeah, so we had to fix that. And then he gave me my packet and a little folder. He told me to go to medical, and that is where the fun began. Medical was it was such a stressful thing. A lot of people, I've heard such just horror stories about medical, and it was not as bad as it could have been. Some people, I know they had just medical was just horrible for them. Like I'm talking about people that I went to meds with, they had a horrible time at meds. But me, for the most part, it went smoothly. At first, sitting and they had these blood pressure machine things. So So people were sitting down, they were like sitting in order, or not in order, but I mean she was calling people like, if you sitting here, you go here. And so like people were doing that, people were doing the hearing, people were doing the sight. The first thing I did was the blood pressure, and I went and I sat down in the machine, they did it, and it kept like going off. I'm just like, oh, why is it doing that? She's like, do you have high blood pressure problems? And I was like, no. And so she's like, okay, well the doctor's gonna have to do this manually. She did it 2 times, it went off like that. So I had to go sit in front of the doctor's, one of the doctor's offices, and then he called me in. There was a guy in before me, and he was like, the doctor had told him like, we're gonna calm down, we'll do it again. So I went in there and he was like, you nervous? So I was like, I am, I'm a little excited, this is a big day, it's like I understand. Because I said, we're just gonna deep breaths and calm our body, and I'm gonna do your blood pressure. Really, 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 really old man, white hair, and 12 long layers. It was like, it was so old. He was just the cutest little thing. He was veteran, I think. But yeah, he was just really, really old, and he was really sweet, and he did it. And I was like, is that okay? And he was like, yes, it's okay. So, I think he went ahead and, went ahead and did my one-on-one at that time. He asked me questions about like how many times, TMI for boys, but girls, you understand. He was like, how many days of school would you miss because of your period? I mean, like your cramps are so bad you just can't get out of bed and stuff like that. Just asked, if I had any problems. I had put on, no. I didn't. He didn't do a thing, because after I went back out, and by that time, a lot of people they just stopped everything where it was, and they told us to go into this room. It had a whole bunch of desks. It was a nice room, nice desk. It had like a view, and it had a flat, big screen TV like mounted onto the wall, and you could see. Well, we were just sitting there for a good like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, waiting on people who were in the middle of doing something when they told us to go into the room to finish and everything, so they could come in and sit down. And a guy came in, and I swear this is the longest, most irrelevant PowerPoint ever, but we had this PowerPoint, one of the male doctors, big old black guy, big old man, and it was a PowerPoint, and we had to redo the medical paperwork that we had already done with our recruiter. And they and halfway through, like the army woman who took us off the bus and told us to go to our liaison's office, she came in, and she went over like sexual harassment, fraudulent enlistment, which you will hear that all day long. You're gonna hear about fraudulent enlistment all day. Like, you're gonna hear it. Just don't lie. I mean, I feel like nothing's really gonna happen to you. They say like you can go to jail, you can do this, but they're just gonna kick you out. But I mean, it's for your benefit in the end. Don't lie and say, oh, I don't have asthma, and then one day you're in the army and they send you out in the field and you have an attack. So it's for the better that you don't lie. And a lot of times, like, it seems like a lot of times people lie about the stuff that actually doesn't really matter. And you find out you could have gotten in anyway, but you lied. So, yeah. I didn't lie. I didn't have anything to lie about. I'm healthy as a horse. So, actually it's kind of scary because I'm short and I know about the weight, but I'm actually at like the minimum. I'm like 2 above the minimum for my weight as far as like height and stuff. So anyways, so fraudulent enlistment. She talked about that, and she told us some kind of, I don't remember what else was wrong. And then the medical PowerPoint, that he was like flipping through it as we were going through the pages. So like every page had like a PowerPoint slide. So when I had chicken pox, because I did when I was younger. I was like 3 when I had chicken pox. So we did that. That took literally like an hour and a half. Then we had to take a breathalyzer test. So don't drink before going to MEPS. or the night before, because you will take a drug product test. If you don't pass it, you're done. Like, you will go home at that point. Your day stops right there. Especially if you're younger, if you're under 21 and you feel it, then you're done. You're not gonna be able to join. So, after that, we went back out and everyone continued with what they were doing. I went and I did the one-on-one with the doctor, and that's when he asked me about my period, and he asked me about my chicken pox, so did you have any complications? I was like, no. He's like, okay, it's fine. And he's like, so why do you want to join? He was just talking to me. He's really nice. He's really old, and he moved very, very slowly. But he was very nice, and I liked him because he actually ended up helping me in the end, which I'll tell you about. Dang, I'm gonna have to make, okay, this is gonna probably be 3 parts. But after that, I did my hearing. The hearing is just you go in this like soundproof boxing, has little seats, has a little clicker thing, and you have these headphones. Whenever you hear the beep, just click it. The beeps are very, very low, so just be quiet, pay attention, you should be fine. Yeah. Then I took the vision test. I'm going to the Navy, so I had to take the depth perception, which is basically they put a whole bunch of little dots in a row, and you have to pick which one stands out the most. Don't know how I passed it, but I passed it. There were certain points when I would be like, oh, it's the 3rd dot. She'd be like, are you sure? And I'd be like, oh no, it's the 4th. And she'd be like, right. So, yeah. And after that, I went and did my blood, and I don't like needles. I had to deal with it. She was very quick. She didn't even leave a bruise. It was very, very quick. And that's for, they check for HIV, like STD, so if you have AIDS or anything. Then I did the potty test. And that's the test if you're pregnant, or if you have like a lot of sugar in your pee, or like, drugs, and you will pee in front of somebody. But actually, at my MEPS, the door was taped open in the bathroom stall. But let me tell you, I didn't care. I honestly did not care. The one was right next to me. I was right next to like the window where you put your pee, and I had to go. I had held it in since that morning, since breakfast, and like I was just like, look, I don't care if you're looking at me. Other girls are like, oh, I can't pee because she's right there, and I was just like, I don't know. So I went, I did that. Everything was fine. And then I went. She told me to go. Me and 2 other girls that were in there to do the drug test, and pregnancy test for girls. If you're a girl, you will take a pregnancy test. She told us to go into the room where we were doing our physical and to strip. It was cold and we had to strip, but we went in there and we started talking. We were in there for a while before someone came in, but yeah, she told us to go in there and strip down, so we did, and I can only go up to 15 minutes, so it's probably going to be a 3-part video. So where I will pick up next will be the physical, and like my new friends I made, my National Guard friends, and the boy. That's the boy, he's just sitting together. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I hope I'm being informative. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.